Most High in Christ, man. We'll go ahead and jump this off in a minute. We'll go ahead and jump this off, man. Hope y'all Israelites out there enjoying the second day of Hakana command and doing something glorious for your household, something glorious for the school. Most High in Christ, man, doing something glorious for the truth. You know. But let's go on and get it in, man. Let me start with Shalom Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shabarakatham to all of Israel, man. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Latah Bahasham Yahweh Shah to all the sisters out there. This is ISUPK Kentucky, man. We coming out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, man, under Commanding General Yohana. The hot topic, man, is always when you're dealing with the truth. This multiple wife topic is a very powerful topic. It's the main topic that sisters have an issue with. Not all sisters, but some sisters that are still in the world, they have an issue with it. And what happens is they'll try to fight. You know what I'm saying? Only thinking that the biblical definition or the biblical example of having multiple wives as if it's only benefiting the man. So they're taking something that's biblical and making it worldly. Because maybe multiple wives in the world will only benefit the man. You may have a point if you're dealing with a worldly issue, an issue of man. I'll start by this. There is no law concerning of how many wives a man can or should have. There is no law. You know, the law doesn't tell you you shouldn't have one. It shouldn't tell you you should have 50. There is no law. But we do know by the evidence that's in the Bible that it is lawful. Not to mention that there is no law written concerning it, then it has to be lawful. But we're going to go over multiple wives concerning the biblical ways and the biblical definition versus man's idea of what multiple wives is all about. My last class, we went over sex being marriage. We went over it. We read the scripture. And we know now that if a man lies with a woman, that is his wife, man. That man is to be with her for the rest of his life. That should be his fight with that woman, to make sure he is her head for the rest of her life. So putting this multiple wife in context, you got to understand a few things, man. Many of you brothers have multiple wives. Many of you sisters are multiple wives. But your problem is you're only thinking concerning man, concerning the world, which doesn't matter in the eyes of the Most High, man. So if you out there sleeping with this woman and that woman, in the eyes of the Most High, you are violating those women by only using them for a piece of meat, for a good 15, 20 minutes of time, and then you throw them away, you put them away. And the Bible states that, when you put these women away, you lead them to fornication. You're going to have to pay for that, man. Because the priests and prophets are on the earth telling you what marriage is, and that if you do lay with more than one woman, now you come into the conversation of having multiple wives. It is lawful. I understand that here in America, the woman, how dare she share her man? The woman, how dare he has any feelings for another? Ultimately, you just want to be lied to. And let's talk about it. Ultimately, you just want to be lied to, because if a man comes to you and tells you the truth about him dealing with another woman and about him telling you how serious his actions are concerning the Lord, you have an issue with it. But if he tells you nothing, lies, cheats, does all of this stuff behind your back, you feel better because you don't know. And let me explain something to you. That is so vain and ridiculous. You need to check yourself, man. And I ain't gonna just get on the females tonight. I'm gonna get on the men too. But you need to check yourself. And you need to understand there's a new knowledge in this earth, man. You know, Salakia, I should say there's an old knowledge on this earth newly being used, because Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men are coming into the ISUPK under Command of General Yohana. We are learning to adhere to the truth, and we are learning to live that one West life, that biblical life, to where we care about our brothers and our sisters. We're not out there just chasing meat, trying to lay with any old whore or promiscuous woman. You see what I'm saying? That's not what we're doing. Even those of us in the world that may have lived that life, the power of the ISUPK is evident because we no longer live that life. And now we're seeing a woman important enough to spend the rest of our lives with her if we take that action of marriage, which is laying with her, which is having sex with her. That is a spiritual bond forever. And if a woman sleeps with another man while she's married, that is fornication. Why? How come I can't have multiple husbands? Because the Lord said so. That's why. Now, if you want to continue questioning the Lord and then in the same sentence say you're a Christian or you love God, that's your battle. That's something you have to deal with. But if you want to question that, go ahead. The answer is because the Lord said so. The Lord says if you sleep with another man while being married to one, you are an adulteress. You are, listen, you could be put to death. Your life will not be happy. Your ups and downs will be continuous and major. Why? Because you don't see the importance of yourself. It's not about the man winning and the woman losing. Quit being worldly about it. Get over yourself, sis, and understand maybe you're just precious enough in the Most High's eyes that he wants you with one man for the rest of your life. Maybe he sees that man as precious enough, finer than gold enough to have a woman that has only been with him for the rest of his life. Maybe that's what the Most High wants for us. Have you thought of that? And for those women that have lived in the world and now understand and know the truth, let me tell you something. It's a new beginning for you. You have a chance to start over because Yahushua Mashiach, whom you mistakenly call Jesus Christ, died for your wickedness. So you can begin again. You can have a clean slate, start over, and be that woman worth dying for. Worth saying, I have laid with you, and I am going to be with you for the rest of my life, unless you cower to fornication and adultery, unless you cower to weakness and man's ways. We went over in the last class about marriage and your ceremony and your stupid ring and your dumb ceremony that you want to have to show everyone else how you live it, to show everyone else how good you are and how important you are, instead of just show the Lord, man. Show your husband. Your family gonna think whatever they want to think. Your ceremony is pagan at its roots. It's pagan at its roots. They did that to make sure families had an understanding. Like we went over last week, the family wanted to know that this is the woman that's going to be legitimate, that her children are not going to be bastards. It's going to be legitimate. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, let me tell you, that has nothing to do with you. You can be deeply soaked in it, but that doesn't mean it has anything to do with you, your culture, what you should follow, what you should adhere to. If you have a man, especially a real man in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, and he was dealing with a woman before or after you, how can you say you love the Lord and you give this man hell? You give this man hell because he's doing something lawful. But because of your vain ignorance of the Bible, he has to go through hell. He has to be your enemy. He has to argue and fuss and fight and do all of these things because you don't want to understand the Bible, because you are lying when you say you love the Lord. Well, we're going to talk about it today in this class. And let me tell you something, man. There's many scriptures, man. There's many scriptures, man. And listen, there's many scriptures showing that men had multiple wives. Many, all throughout the Bible. We know that Israel would not exist if it wasn't for multiple wives. Now, you're going to say, oh, I'm 12 tribes of Israel. I'm Judah, I'm Manasseh, I'm Benjamin, I'm Levi. You're claiming all of this. But what you don't realize, obviously, is that came from multiple wives. So the thing that you despise is the glorious thing that has Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians chosen and special today, man. Get over yourself. It has nothing to do with all of the worldly things Satan puts in your mind, and the demon that is on you overrides your real thought that should be a biblical thought and makes you act like an animal towards your man. Because he's not lying to you. He's telling you. He's telling you about a union he has, another spiritual union he has. The Lord blesses this man. He's out here doing the works of the Lord, man. He shedded himself of the world. He's trying to get the most difficult men on earth out of the world. Stop killing themselves. Stop killing each other. You know what I'm saying? That is a difficult job. Can the Lord bless a man that wants to have more than one? Or is it all about you? Ask yourself that question. It should be none of your business. There's provisions on how to deal with a wife after you get another wife. The Bible's not silly. The Bible's the greatest book ever written. It's a guide. We know once we study this book how we can't mistreat our rib because you have another. It's in the book. Study, learn. How the hell can you disagree with something you don't understand? Maybe you don't disagree with it. Maybe you're just making everything all about you. So we're going to do a little reading. And this reading we're going to do is the only book I feel when it comes to this, we could go over many multiple wives. But dealing with the truth in America, we're going to listen to what Christ said. Go to Matthew 25:1. Because Christ is the perfect example. We're talking about Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Like I said, whom you mistakenly call Jesus Christ. The perfect example. You Christians even, what would Jesus do? Just think. Everything in your life. What would Jesus do? But when you hear something about multiple wives, you lose. You constantly lose. Because you want to listen to the enemy. The enemy of your man, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. You want to listen to the heathen man and what he and his woman say instead of listening to the Most High. So let's go over this, man. Matthew 25, and we're going to start at verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins. So this is Christ likening the kingdom of heaven to 10 virgins. Ultimately, this is all about the coming of the Son of Man. This is spiritual, man. Think, would Christ liken something to the kingdom of heaven that's wicked? Think for a minute, man. Get over yourself. This is Yahweh Shai Mashiach likening this to the kingdom of heaven. Let's continue reading. Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. These are 10 virgins, women of marriageable age. Okay? Let's get over this women that didn't have sex and all of this stuff that the enemy teaches. These are women of marriageable age trying to be married to a certain man. 10. You understand that? 10. Let's continue reading. And 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Remember that. 5 of those women were wise. They understood the meaning of marriage. They understood what they had to do. They understood the preparation needed to be a wife of a mighty man. They understood it. They understood it. The others were foolish. They didn't know. They didn't understand. They didn't know how to prepare. You understand that? 5 wise, 5 foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. They had lamps, but no oil. They weren't prepared for the journey needed to get this man's attention. These women were ill prepared. They were focused on the marriage. Let me get married to this man for whatever the reason may be. Let's say it's safe to say that they wanted to be married to this man. This is a man of importance. We have 10 virgins, women of marriageable age that want to marry him. This is a man of importance, man. Verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, while the bridegroom tarried. They all slumbered and slept. 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. 10 women, okay? 10 women are going out. This is what Yahushua Mashiach likened to the kingdom of heaven. Continue listening. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, getting ready. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. They were not giving away their oil because then they wouldn't make it. They told them, look, sis, go buy you some oil. I came prepared. Nothing's going to stop my focus on marrying this man. The others, 9 that want to get with him, I have nothing to do with that. I'm concerned with my marriage to him. They're not concerned about all of that other stuff, but they're also not going to fail because someone else wants to fail. Let me continue reading. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. So as they smarten, hey, I got to go get this oil because I can't make it. Here comes the bridegroom. Here comes the man. And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. They went in with him to the marriage. What is that? They didn't walk down the aisle. They didn't do none of that silly stuff. This is telling you the importance of laying with a woman. And it was 5 of them. Now, don't get worldly and think it's some freak stuff going on and it's 5. No, because we know that's unlawful. But he married. And we're gonna let me finish reading it first. Afterward came also the other virgins. After he took the 5 in and the marriage happened, here comes the other 5 virgins, saying, Lord, Adawan, open to us. We made it. I got my oil now. We made it. But he answered and said, verily, I say unto you, I know you not. I know you not. This is powerful, man. Marriage is important. The courting stage, the preparation, the woman being ready to be with a man of the Lord is important. This is for us, the warriors of Israel. You have to choose a woman that's prepared. If she can't prepare herself for your marriage, during your marriage, you're going to go through hell. She's going to forget the oil. She's going to forget this. She's going to cause this turmoil. This turmoil is going to be caused. It's not going to be a righteous marriage. Let me continue reading. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. This whole parable, this whole story is saying, be prepared, because you don't know when the Son of Man's coming. But why would Christ liken a story of multiple wives if it's wrong, if it's wicked, if it's evil? Why would he liken that to a parable concerning preparation for the coming of the Son of Man? Think, get over your vain self, learn the truth, Our oppressor has us living a way that you can cope with because it's so far away from the Most High. Satan will make it easy for you. The Most High won't make it grievous, but you have to work. You can just rely on your fat tail in society, and you know what? You're beautiful. Every man wants you. Every man want to lay with you. You can put your breasts out. Every man wants you. Every man want to lay with you. But you can't keep him. They say, who? Give me somebody. Halle Berry. So-called most beautiful woman in ever in the world, got cheated on. Rihanna, Beyonce, you name them. They all get cheated on because the physical will always be outdone. Guess what? There's somebody finer than Beyonce. You see what I'm saying? There's somebody more beautiful than Halle Berry. If it's just the physical, you lose every time. This is spiritual we talking about, man. Yahweh Shah Mashiach likened that to the kingdom of heaven because of the importance of the preparation for the woman and the man, and the importance of the choice of the man and the woman. This wasn't no ordinary cat that 10 women wants to marry. These weren't no ordinary women. The 5 that prepared, that the man accepted. Case in point, to explain the importance of the coming of the Son of Man, Christ used a parable where a man had more than one wife. And you're going to tell me that you're not with it? I can't do it. Well, you know what? I've heard people say they can't stop eating pork. I've heard people say they can't stop eating shrimp, crab, lobster. I can't stop smoking. I can't give up weed. I can't give up whore. That word I can't should only be used with evil. I can't stop following the laws, statutes, and commandments. I can't start eating pork again. I can't kill my brother. How are you using I can't with something righteous, man? Get over yourself. To my brothers, let me tell you something. Those women that you laying with, in the eyes of the Most High, you have created a marriage. You can't continue to use ignorance because the Lord has prophets on the earth. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. It's on your timeline. Brother at the DMV talking about it. Brother over here, barbershop. It's everywhere. You're hearing that sex is marriage, and it's vexing you. It's vexing the woman. It's getting to them because they don't want to hear it. How dare someone want someone besides me? Let me tell you something, man. Like I said, all throughout the Bible, multiple women, multiple wives are present, man. Then you naive people say God created Adam and Eve. He only gave them one woman. Well, guess what? In certain men's lives, one woman is fine. No one's saying that you have to have multiple wives. Who said that? You don't have to have no wife. You should have one, and that's the truth. You should honor the marriage that the Most High has with us. You should honor that marriage, whether you're with a woman or not. If that's how you want to live your life, I'm not going to come tell you, hey, man, boy, you need to get your rib. There's something wrong with you. If that's how you want to live and you just want to be a priest and teach and get people out the world, man, more power to you, More power to you. Just be faithful to the truth. But yeah, the Most High gave Adam Eve. He gave him his rib. That's his rib. That's who he's supposed to love and be with for the rest of his life. I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with one. Man, listen, man, hold on, man. Let me tell y'all something. The ISUPK under Commander General Yohanan is so beautiful and powerful. I got brothers that got one rib. And guess what? When they rib not even there, they'll look at me. I'm cool, I love my rib, man. I don't want another rib. I got some that got multiple. I love all my ribs out. I'm going to fight and die for them. It depends on the man and the situation. If the Most High brings you a woman that will better you and better your life and vice versa, you accept that. You don't let no woman tell you what you can and can't do. Oh, if you get another rib, I'm out of here. Well, guess what? Maybe that's what the Lord wants. Maybe that's what the Lord wants. Maybe the Lord wants you to get out of there and bring in a princess so this man of the Lord can serve the Lord in peace. So he doesn't have to deal with your anger and your bullshit, Shalakia. So maybe that's what the Lord wants. Maybe you just want to go out and just be a piece of meat like you've always been in your life for the rest of your life. Maybe it's easier for you. But don't give that man hell for it. Because that man in the ISUBK, that man's going to fight for you unless fighting for you is going against the Most High. And I hope everybody can understand that. I want to read something else that has importance to me because, like I said, Yahweh Shai likened the kingdom of heaven to 10 virgins, man. Let's go to Matthew 6 and 9, and I know y'all know this. And I'm going to read it. After this manner, therefore, pray ye. This is a prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I know you know it. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So listen. Thy kingdom come. The kingdom of heaven likened to. This is earthly. I don't want to say worldly, but this is earthly. Christ understands how glorious it is if a man does have multiple wives and it's done the one West way, the correct way, where it ain't nothing but a bunch of serving the Lord going on. Where these women and this man want to serve the Lord, want to do everything they can to further every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. It's glorious. Because you have a house, the house of Asar Naqash, the house of a warrior, man, that can come together and battle in this hell. Can battle in this hell. You're so vain, you'd rather struggle by yourself. By yourself. Because you're vain and you don't understand your importance, my sister. You'd rather chase every tail and struggle, man. Be on your homie's couch. because you don't understand your importance, warrior, or the importance of that princess the Lord has for you. But the Lord don't want to give an idiot a princess. The Lord wants to give the man of the Lord a princess, someone that's serving him. He wants him to have that pillar of rest. He wants him to have that woman. Don't listen. Pillar. What the hell is a pillar? It's a foundation. It's strength. So when the Bible speaks of a pillar of rest, it's not talking about some weak woman. Submission for a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman takes a strong woman. Submission is different than cowering. Submission is confidence, man. Submission is knowing my other one got me. I'm good. He's special enough that if the Lord brings another woman in his life, guess what? Guess what? It's going to benefit me because the Lord loves me. The Lord loves him. He's not going to do me wrong. He's going to allow this new. That's why I say big up to Captain Quam. I like this. I love the way Captain Quam used to say this new situation. He's going to allow this new situation to benefit the house, man. The house. It's not about all of the sexual deviant things. You want to subscribe to it because you love the oppressor, man. You love to think negative about a Black, Hispanic, and Native man, and vice versa, how they speak with our sisters too. Understand that the Lord likened it. The Lord. Yahushua Mashiach likened it to Salakia, the kingdom of heaven, man. Concerning the preparation of the return of the Son of Man. Be ready, in other words. Let me tell you something, man. Leave that man alone. Do yourself a favor and says, as long as the Bible doesn't have a problem with it, I'm good. Because just maybe the Lord might bring your warrior into your life and he has multiple wives. You'll deny your warrior to get a liar? A man that's out there laying with Lord knows what and who. In the ISUPK, you can't show me a brother with multiple wives and then the story come out he's sleeping with a tranny or some man. I can show you in the world where your big important self, only you, the world revolves around you, you'll never share your man. Guess what? You're sharing your man with a man or with another whore because he's a liar. He's become a liar because he can't be a man. Look at the woman he loves and say, listen, I have another wife. I'm going to court another woman. Period. That's power. You see what I'm saying? Let me read one of these comments real quick. I'm reading, why can't he be faithful and not be a liar? That's possible. I believe that, a man, I believe there's a man out there that probably could be faithful and not a liar. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is the likelihood in the world is that man is not being faithful because he doesn't have any principles. What does he stand on? Like I said, you can get a man in the truth that only wants one woman. It happens. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said earlier, there is no law concerning a man and his how many ribs he can have. The Bible doesn't tell you you gotta be with a woman. The Bible doesn't tell you you gotta be with one woman. The Bible doesn't tell you you gotta have multiple wives. That's up to you. That's up to that man. My point is, hey sis, if you don't, let's say you can't. Let's say you absolutely can't deal with another woman. Guess what? There's a courting phase. I can't be with another woman. I can't do it. I love the truth. I'm going to serve the Lord, but I can't be with a man that's going to have another woman. Guess what? Then that man ain't going to want to be with you if he wants to have more than one woman. It's not difficult. It's not grievous. It's simple. But get over yourself telling the world, everybody that'll listen, what you'll never do. I'll never share. I'll never this. Let me tell you something. You should say you'll never be happy because you have a negative demeanor about something glorious. It's glorious. If Christ likened it, Abraham had multiple wives and was the Lord's friend. I mean, he was perfect. You understand that? And once again, the 12 tribes, Akwath, the 12 tribes come from a multiple wife relationship. The house of Jacob that produced us beautiful people wasn't from one woman. It was from 4. So let's not be vain. Let's not be simple. And let's not be simple, man. Get into the ISUPK. If you are a woman that despises, there's so many things in this truth us coming out of the world will despise. That's why the ISUPK and the priest of the ISUPK are the only men qualified to teach this Bible, man. That is a bold statement that we're willing to back up. That's why you have ex-pimps, ex-drug dealers, ex-killers, hitmen, gangbangers, you name it. Crackheads, hoes, heroin addicts, swindlers, thieves, pickpockets, you name it. That's what you have in the ISUPK. You got computer geeks, you got nerds, you got people who have never been on the streets a day in their life. Straight, what we would call nerds, square. You have the whole circle, man, in the ISUPK. It's all here. Because we are a direct representation of the Lord's people. Every so-called color, hue, everything is here in the ISUPK, man. It's the chosen of the chosen. Quit playing, man. Quit playing. Quit listening to these men with the one wife doctrine that sounds so good to you women. Not to mention they got purple on. They're cute. And then you come home with some sexual deviancy and you got to call General Yohana, General Mahaiman, General Mayak, General Q, you got to call somebody for counsel. because you just demoralized of what you saw in your man's phone or what you found out. Quit playing with them groups, man. We ain't affiliated with no other group because this is the original. It's easy for a man to leave the original and go start something he fits in. That's easy. Oh, guess what? My wife ain't with that multiple wife. We got one wife doctrine. You can't have more than one wife in here. And you got to be married. You got to have a job. We don't support struggle. We tell on you too. You got warrants, we're going to snitch on you. What does that have to do with the Lord, man? It's easy. Akim, it's easy. Aquathium, it's easy to be in those groups. It take a man to be in these ranks, man. Ain't no cowards in here, man. And if you have a coward moment, guess what? You're going to be checked to the point that you're going to have to decide, am I going to be in these ranks anymore? That's how the checking is going to be. It ain't going to be no, hey, well, you know what? Maybe next time you should. No. It's going to check your spirit. It's going to vex you, man. That happens in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Them other groups, from what I know and what I've heard, what I've counseled, what I directly talked to, what I directly seen, you have enablers. That's it. Don't worry about it. All that soft punk stuff, man. Ain't no punks in here. Don't nobody love Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women more than the men Commanding General Yohana taught. Period. Let's say what it is, man. Commanding General Yohana taught a slew of men under him how to love Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women because we ain't know nothing. We didn't know nothing. You know how many times me personally has been checked or told something that made me think, like, wow, about my rib, about my situation. Because those men are righteous above me, man. Every one of them. Every one of them. And I said that. Every man above me is righteous, man. They righteous. And if if I got something negative to say about them, it's me being weak. It ain't them. It's me being weak. This order is perfect. And it ain't nothing but an animal and wicked person that'll say it ain't. We make mistakes. If we make a mistake, we repent and we don't make it no more. We done with it. That's called learning. That's called a lesson. Y'all women need to do that, man. Y'all men need to do that, man. Because having a multiple wife is beautiful if it's done the ISUPK way. If you're a Muslim and you have multiple wives, there's all kinds of sexual deviancy. You can read hadith. You can read all of their things. You can have one just for sex. You can have one for the money. You can have one for this and that. You can lie to this one. You can put this one away because whatever. I mean, come on, man. That ain't what we dealing with. Quit putting that on us because you can't answer our truth. Don't put that on us. You're a liar. You can't prove anything. The only thing you can do is have an accusation that's fruitless. I'm not one of these silly cats. I've been studying since I was 16, 17 years old because I was in and out of jail. And everybody know when you go to jail, you read and you learn. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never came across nothing like the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. That's why my tail in this seat, man, teaching my people. And this is how it's going to be till the Lord is done with this physical, man. And I pray that I ain't got to rise again, man. Straight up. Until it's that day, I pray I do enough that I only rise to that day, man. And I'm going to just say this right here, man. The reason why it's titled Multiple Wives is Glorious when adhered to the One West way is because it's not glorious any other way. Straight up. It's not. In the world, you got side chicks and side this and side that. That's not glorious. That's a multiple wife, but it's not glorious. In some groups, I got a, rib over here, and she don't even know I'm the Israel. She don't even know what I am or whatever. She don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going over there. She's smoking. I'm smoking. I'm this way with her, and then over. That's not righteous. But when you live the ways, man, the law, statutes, and commandments, which proves your love for the Most High, is glorious. Get over your goddamn self. Get out of the way. It ain't about you, man. It's about the Lord bringing a warrior in your life that's going to protect you physically and spiritually. Accept it, man. Accept that you're special. I know you've been called a whore and nothing your whole life. Well, the Lord don't see you that way. You special. And you got a special man that'll die for you. He just happened to have somebody before you that he was willing to die for. How come you can't be a blessing to him? A reminder, a pillar of rest. The important things that he needs to have and see to continue to fight, man. On this glorious 8 days we doing, I want y'all all to know one thing, man. The ISUPK under Commander General Yohana is the only truth. And let me, I'm about to end it, but I want to say some. I want to say a couple of things, man. I want to give big ups. I want to give big ups to Commander General Yohana. General Muhammad did a powerful class in Las Vegas. Officer Sergeant Quash, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. And I remember being in Kentucky years ago, working, slaving in the world, just starting to watch the videos. And I told myself, that's the truth, man. To hell with this Egyptology BS I was with. That's the truth. I gotta study this. I gotta find out more about this. I'd love to have that in Las Vegas. I said that about damn near 6 years ago, man. I said that. And to see Commander General Yohana, man, General Muhammad, all the generals, General Q, General Yohana, all the generals, General Mayak, Salakia, if I'm forgetting any general that's above, way above me, all the captains, man. Captain Gadalhar, who told me years ago, we're going to have it in Vegas, man. Don't even trip. We're going to have it in Vegas. Just continue doing your work out there. Captain Quam, same thing. Men that inspired me to go to Vegas and bring the school to Vegas. You see what I'm saying? And to have a warrior like Officer Shabal, man, let's talk about it. My nigga, man, that I believe is so powerful for Vegas right now, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, my mission was to, move on. I was a camp leader in Vegas, but my mission was to move on and continue work elsewhere. But to have Shabal in my hometown, Most High in Christ, man. And only the ISUPK has brotherhood like that. Ain't nobody else got no brotherhood like that. Most niggas would never give up that leadership role. But the ISUPK taught me to make those under you better than you. And I mean, looking at a couple of brothers that's out there on that West Coast, I believe that Commander General Yohana's words and the prophecy that he had for Vegas and the West Coast, it's undeniable, man. Y'all brothers enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. I just want to say the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana is the only truth. ISUPK Kentucky, Officer Hamakwabaf. Let me tell y'all, man, real talk, man. The camp leader of Kentucky is a powerful, beautiful brother, man. And the things that he's implementing and the things that we're gonna do, I'm telling you, keep y'all eye on Kentucky, man, because we have Kaposh. Y'all know Captain Kaposh. That's an example we have. And then Captain Marquardt and all the 5,000s, that intertwine under that. It's unstoppable, man. It's unstoppable what the ISUPK is about to do. And it's an honor for me to be able to be a part of that. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, man, and I'm going to repeat this. Multiple wives is glorious when adhered to it the One West way. It's glorious. According to Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and also according to the Most High himself, who continued to bless those that had multiple wives. And once again, the 12 tribes of Israel would not exist without multiple women. Shalom Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shabarakatham. Make sure you subscribe to ISUPK Kentucky, the ISUPK Louisville page, all of the Facebook pages that you see of ISUPK, period. Any ISUPK content, man. Subscribe to it, man. With that, I'm going to say shalom.